Once we get the momentum flux distribution and the velocity distribution, then we can find um, another quantity of interest for us. So the first one will be the maximum velocity, or what we call as Vz max. So if we see in here, then we know that the velocity becomes maximum at the top in here. So that one will be at x equal 0. Then we go back into our original expression for the Vz and we simply plug in x in there equals 0. Then you will get your Vz max expression, rho g square cos beta divided by 2 mu. The other quantity of interest for us is the average velocity, Vz over a cross section of the film. Okay, so in here this particular quantity can be defined as the integration from 0 to w, integral 0 to the film thickness Vz dx dy divided by integral 0 to w, integral 0 to the film thickness dx dy. Okay, and then it's very important for us to note that Vz in here is only a function of x. And then in here we can split this further into two different integral, 0 to w dy, because Vz is only functions of x, so it doesn't this dy can be split. Okay, and then this is integral from 0 to the film thickness dx, integral 0 to w dy, and then we can take that this integral 0 to the film thickness Vz dx divided by this multiplied by this, and then this can be cancelled with each other. If we are looking at the film, for example, if we think more thoroughly on this regard, then we can essentially think that our velocity has a shape of something like this, right? As it goes down, it has a velocity of let me just scrap this thing first just to make it more clear. So I'll make it like this. Okay, so this one is like this, and then we have a velocity that varies in the parabolic directions like this. Okay, so this will be our velocity. This velocity will be going to these directions. Okay, this side in here is basically your x equal 0 up to x equal your film thickness, and then from here this will be equal to your y equals 0 up to y equal w. So we are basically integrating over this area of your flow. So as you can see in here, you integrate from 0 to the film thickness, and then also from the 0 to w. So for this particular averaging, it's only this particular area that is of interest to us, which does not involve the variable of length. So then we can continue further on in here. So now we need to find that quantity of this quantity in here, Okay, this quantity in here is very important, so we need to find that quantity in order to find the average velocity. So this will be equal rho g square cos beta divided by 2 mu 1 minus x dx. And note that this one is basically Vz. Okay, so this one is integral from 0 up to this rho g cos beta divided by 2 mu dx. Okay, then we carry on rho g cos beta divided by 2 mu x. Then we integrate this one. Then we get the limit of 0 up to the film thickness. We continue again. Multiplied by this minus 1 over 3 minus 0. Okay, rho g cos beta divided by 2 mu minus 1/3 these things in here. Okay, 1 minus 1/3 becomes 2/3, basically 2 mu 2/3, and then this one can be cancelled with this. Okay, so then if we continue again, we can get that the average velocity will be equal to 1 over this integral 0 to that Vz dx will be 1 over this rho g cos beta divided by mu 1/3 of this. Okay, this will be equal to rho g cos beta 3 mu, or we can also express this in terms of the Vz max. Okay, this will be equal to rho g this cos beta divided by 2 mu. Remember that this term in here is actually our Vz max. If you go up again in here, this is your Vz max in here. Okay, so then you can express your average velocity in here in terms of your Vz max. This will be 2/3 of your Vz max. Okay, so the other quantity of interest is the mass rate of flow. So the mass rate of flow is integral from 0 to W, integral from 0 to this pro Vz dx dy. Okay, so this will be able, you'll be able to split this one. So this will be Vz dx rho integral from 0 W to dy. Okay, so this will become rho g cos beta divided by 3 mu rho multiplied by omega. Okay, or if you look on the detail on my notes, you can find that this will be equal to this multiplied by your average velocity. I will not discuss the detail in here because you can look at it in my notes. The derivation is given in my note. The next quantity is the film thickness. Okay, you can also derive and know that your film thickness will be equal to 3 root square of 3 mu Vz divided by rho g cos beta. Or also equivalently, your film thickness is also a root square, 1/3 root square of the 3 mw. This one is noted, this one in here is the mass rate, okay? And this will be rho square g w cos beta. This w in here is the width of your plate or your solid surface on the bottom of your fluid. And then the other quantity of interest is the last one, will be the force per unit area in the z directions on a surface perpendicular to x direction. Okay, so in here we are interested to get the z component of the force F of the fluid on the solid surface. What is this Fz in here? This Fz in here will be an integration from 0 to L, integration of 0 to W, because the area where it applies over the length and the width of your solid surface. And then this area in the particular is it's at the bottom of your fluid basically. Okay, so then that's why this one is as x equal this film thickness in here. Okay, so this will be equal to 0 to L, 0 to W minus mu dvz per dx at x equal to this dy dz. Okay, then this will be, we can continue, this minus rho g cos beta divided by mu minus mu integral 0 to W dy and then 0 to L dz. Okay, because why we can split it like this is because this particular expressions in here is not a function of y and it's not a function of z. That's why we can split it like that. Okay, so this particular things in here is basically dvz per dx at x equal the film thickness on the bottom of your fluid. Okay, so this particular quantity will be equal to rho g cos beta multiplied by the film thickness mu WL. Okay, and so you will get rho g multiplied by the film thickness length width cos beta. Okay, so this will be your Fz. So I think concluding on this video, we have derived everything. We have derived the force, we have derived the film thickness, we have derived the mass rate of flow, we have derived the average velocity over the area of the flow, and also we have derived the maximum velocity. But more important is, before we can derive all these quantities of interest, we need to be able to derive the velocity in the z direction as a function of x, and also the shear stress as a function of x. Okay, with that I conclude my video for this week. Thank you so much for listening.